bien au pays, est-ce qu'on allait prendre la route de l'aventure? Amen, c'est le président. Un pauvre qui vote ou celui qui l'a rendu pauvre. Si on était bien au pays, est-ce qu'on allait prendre la route de l'étranger? Amen, c'est le président. À l'Assemblée, il y a un vieux. Vraiment. Au Sénat, il y a un vieux. Wonderful. À la présidence, il y a un vieillard. Dans tout le gouvernement, il n'y a que des vieux. Des vieux, des vieux. Des jeunes prennent le chemin de la Libye pour devenir des esclaves. Les jeunes prennent la route du désert pour entrer en Europe. Au Sénat, il y a un vieux. À la présidence, il y a un vieillard. Dans tout le gouvernement, il n'y a que des vieux, des vieux, des vieux. Docteur, tout Joseph, professeur à Los Angeles, comment pouvez-vous nommer un individu à un poste pendant 25 ans, 20 ans, directeur de tant, 30 ans? Vous partagez le pouvoir avec vos familles. Vous partagez le pouvoir avec vos amis. Vous partagez le pays avec vos familles. Vous partagez le pays avec vos familles. Et après quand ils ont volé, vous appelez les premiers, les attrapés. Et après quand ils ont volé, vous appelez les premiers. C'est toi qui les avais nommés, papa. Tu as oublié. Tu as seulement oublié. C'est toi qui les avais nommés. Oh, tu as oublié.
Hi. Seasonal greetings to the beautiful people of the Cameroons. Beautiful people of that beautiful country, British Cameroons. And the country of La République du Cameroon that had its independence on the 1st of January 1960. Atroweuna, salute my people there. Today I've come to talk about a very important issue that most people, you look at it, you stare at it, sometimes you don't understand it. I come on this party political broadcast to scrutinize and hold the government of La République du Cameroon to account. It's nothing personal. In all democracy, opposition, there must be an alternative, a government in waiting. We don't see that in La République du Cameroon. Most opposition, they behave like the CNU rebranded CPDM. So, ladies and gentlemen, once more, this has been a party political broadcast by myself, Maître Mola Alex Ndiveli Singer, the leader of British Cameroon National Party. I must make it clear that President Paul Biya of La République du Cameroon, Ayolo, Ngongo, Atanganji, you people should understand politics that when I come to hold the government to account, I have nothing personal with any CPDM militants because some of them are my friends, some of them are related to me. I love them. But in politics, when you choose another political party, you must make sure that you show you're different from the ruling party. And the only political party in the Cameroon for more than 60 years that have come to do this, to scrutinize the government on a daily basis, to hold them into account, is British Cameroon National Party. We want to transform the political scene of the Cameroons. We want to see a volcano where people who have brains, people who are competent, they will hold position, not because of nepotism. So what have I come to talk about today, the beautiful people of the Cameroons? Today, I've come to talk about this adage. What looks like a duck, swims like a duck, quacks like a duck, is a duck. How do we say it in pidgin English? The thing where it look like duck fowl, you know duck fowl. Where they swim like duck fowl. Where they quack, 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 quack like duck fowl. Now duck fowl. That's what I come to say today. It means a person can identify an unknown subject's habitual characteristics. So if you know something in your brain, okay, you know a policeman, you know how police people they act, you know gendarmerie, how they brutalize people in the camera. You can just see somebody brutalizing somebody, you know it's a bee or a gendarmerie, because it looks like how they behave torturing people. It looks like how they harass people and ask for money. So you can say, oh, that's a gendarme, that's a bee. Or you can say, oh, I went to this place. Most Cameroonian custom, they have a lot of money. They cannot explain where the money comes from. You can see a very rich man somewhere in the Cameroons. I'm just giving you an example. You see, that man is a custom. You just understand. Because most of them, they take bribe. So what looks like a duck, swims like a duck, quacks like a duck, eats a duck. Okay. I want to try to put this adage with the unruling, I wouldn't be calling them ruling CPDM party anymore, because they are not ruling, they are not governing. They are causing chaos and confusion in the Cameroons. They don't know how to govern. These unruling or ungoverning CNU rebranded CPDM, how do you identify them? You don't identify them by their CNU, CPDM militant clothes, because there are some people who put on those Mr. Bia's t-shirt. Maybe they don't have clothes, so they are not necessarily CPDM. You don't necessarily identify them with their corruption, chop people their money. You don't necessarily identify them with embezzling taxpayers' money. How do you identify CNU rebranded CPDM? Nobody can guess. This is how you identify them. End of year speech. When you see somebody doing an end of year speech, just know that the person is a CPDM. In other words, that person comes from CPDM Academy. End of year speech. Anybody that is making end of year speech is CPDM, chop people their money. I'll tell you why. You don't run a country by waiting when it's end of the year to come and make a speech. The way British Cameroon National Party envisage, and look how you have to run a modern country, it's like A&E, accident and emergency ward. You know, an accident and emergency ward, it's always busy. You can come there 24/7. That is how you run a modern country. But the CPDM and the non-functional oppositions in the Cameroons, they wait until end of the year. You run a country. People want to hear the president, the governor, the ministers, the parliamentarians, the senators. They should be talking every day. I passed in Munya Market. This happened. There was an accident. We have called the hospital. There was not enough medication. This is what we are doing. That is how you run a country, not by end of year speech. Is it up to 365 days? Mr. Bia promised to make sure that there's electricity in La République, two of their cities, Douala and Yaoundé. Have they done it? No. And there will be another end of year speech. Why can we not learn? Mr. Bia promised. deep sea port more than 30 years ago in Victoria, ring road, and you still listen to the speech. You still listen. My brothers and sisters, for the first time, please, when Mr. Biya and all those end of year do nothing opposition leader, when they make that their speech, turn off your television. Protest. We don't need end of year speech. Somebody could not see Christmas Day yesterday. They died yesterday. As I speak, people are dying today. We need government like British Cameroon National Party that they will run the country like A&E, accident and emergency ward, which means if you have a problem today, we will not wait end of year to come and say, this is what we are going to do. From day one, if we are in power, the members of parliament, they will represent the people. When I mean what happened in your locality must be discussed in parliament. Parliament will be 24/7. Parliament will be Monday to Friday. It will be a full-time job. We'll abolish this rubbish what we have today in Cameroon. And we'll make sure politicians should be the governors, not people from ENAM. We'll banish ENAM, banish ENS, military tribunal, no military tribunal for civilians. We eradicate all those things and we put in referendum to the people of British Cameroon. Do you want your own money, pound, shilling, the same as La République du Cameroun is using their France CFA? We have that. We need that referendum. It's high time. Ladies and gentlemen, I love the people of CPDM, CNU as human beings because I don't hate any person. But my brothers and sisters, the reason I disagree with CNU rebranded CPDM is because these people are so corrupt. They steal taxpayers' money. They're thieves. They're criminals in Cameroon law. They torture their own people instead of protecting them as their constitution says. I disagree with them because they don't have any economic policy since 60 years ago. No educational policy. They impose things on people. No health policy. The hospitals were in the Cameroons were better when I was a child than now. The justice system is a mess. Some people will steal money. They put them in Kondengi. They give the money back, they leave them. But some people, they thief na fowl, chicken. They there for prison, they give them 10 years. Some people, they thief na planty, they give them 5 years of prison. So one day they still wait trials, they call them waiting trial for 10 years. The justice system is a mess. There's no housing program. Government have to build social housing. They do that all over the world. There are no social housing. If you go to Boya, look Federal Quarter, GRA, Class Quarter, those are things that were constructed by people who had clear plans. Today, the government of La République du Cameroun have no plan. The transport system, you have Minister of Transport. What is their function? Embezzling money. Taxation system in Cameroon must not be centralized. Local, regional, or parliament, they should be responsible to raise their own taxes. And they don't need a duty to instruct them. So we need policing. You don't need to have mixed B, gendarme, all those Republican guard. We in British Cameroon, we have police is enough. The job of a police is to maintain law and order and security, to make sure that our people are safe. The most important job for any government on planet Earth is to make sure the people are safe to walk the streets and what. That's their job. But when you see a police officer, you're instead scared. When you see a gendarme, you're instead afraid. When you see a bee, you run for your life. You know it's almost death sentence. That's not how they run a country. A government is not there to frighten you. The job of a government is to protect the citizen. You see ministers like Atanganji, if they don't close this church, they don't close this church. That's not how you talk to your people. You're bullying people, threatening them, patronizing them. That is not how a minister talks to the people because they don't elect them, they appoint them. But we'll make sure that ministers should be elected. When I mean, If you see most president, ministers, either they have been elected governors, elected member of parliament, elected something. All of them, they must have elected them before they even be president. Mr. Bia, a civil servant, have never had any elected position in Cameroon, apart from the president. In a political life, you must stand, whether it's local council, mayor, this, you start climbing. That's a political ladder. Somebody will just come out from Enam, they appoint you a governor, say you're a prefect. What's a prefect? Why should a civil servant be doing the job of a politician? Ladies and gentlemen, Cameroon is a rotten country. It is finished. It is sinking. And there is only one political party that can save that country, and that's British Cameroon National Party under my leadership. We have that experience, we have that know-how, we have that probity, we have that integrity. Nobody can point a finger at us that we have embezzled this, that we have done this. We are clean. You can take us to a laboratory and check our CV, our character, and everything. We are clean people. We don't embezzle taxpayers' money. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, what looks like a deck, swims like a deck, quacks like a deck, it's a deck. You'll be seeing all these opposition political parties in the Cameroon, non-functional opposition. End of year speech, end of year speech. We don't want end of year. We need solution every day. And where the government of La République du Cameroon is not carrying out its constitutional function, you should scrutinize them, you should hold them to account. That is what opposition they do. And the reason why Cameroon is sinking is because they have never been an opposition. People think opposition political party means we have people candidate election. That's not it. Opposition means scrutinizing and holding the government to account. Most of the opposition in the Cameroons, Mr. Bia is incapacitated. They can't do anything. They are silent. They can't do anything. If Mr. Bia was a president in a real democracy like Western world, he would have stepped down like Biden. But he's still there. He is incapacitated. Incapacitated doesn't mean that you're dead. Mr. Bia cannot exercise his function. He cannot travel to Bamenda, to Kikakilaki, to Mbengui, to other parts of the country. He cannot exercise his function. That's incapacitated. Mr. Bia cannot come and sit and address people. I cannot book and go to the presidency that I want to meet Mr. Bia. He cannot carry out his function. A2D is not a nursing home. It is not a nursing home. It is the presidency. It's an office, a public office that anybody can feel an audience. I want to go and see Mr. Bia. I have a right to say I want to go and see Mr. Bia. It's my right. Any citizen can say, I want to meet the president. You have a right. The president have a right to see the citizens. The president have a right to descend sur le lieu, go to the market, go to shops, go to companies. He doesn't do that. That's part of his job. And if he cannot do that, he is incapacitated, and all the opposition, they are silent. COVID gate, opposition, they are silent. Olembe gate, opposition, they are silent. Cam gate, they are silent. People embezzle money, they are silent. The roads are bad, they are silent. The streets are dirty, they are silent. What sort of opposition? Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes we say, oh, let the opposition, they come together. It's not about come together, because all the opposition, they don't have a manifesto. They used to be CPDM. They have crossed over when we fought for multi-party. Some of them, they left the CPDM. As I said, they come from, all of them, they come from CPDM Academy. If there's only one person, for my age, I've never joined any political party in Cameroon. I don't do groups. I fight for equality and justice. And before we talk about equality and justice in all other parts of the Cameroons, in La République and British Cameroon, my main focus is to make sure that British Cameroon is at par, the same level with La République du Cameroon. We should be using all our institutions, our own money. Prime Minister Diongute, my lecturer, he said there's decentralization. Prime Minister Diongute lectured me law in Guakere, the then Yaoundé University. He comes and says there's decentralization. That's my lecturer talking. He's not a politician. He was a civil servant who was appointed as minister. Does he know what is decentralization? I'm sure he can Google. Decentralization is like having a parliament. Like example, British Cameroon, you give them a parliament. Whatever name you call it, whether it's National Assembly. They say, okay, we are no longer going to be using our French money on you, like Scotland, have your own money. We are not going to be forcing you to have our own French education, Economy Superior, ENAM. Okay, do your own English education, transfer of power. You people have different health system, have different transport, have different justice system. That's decentralization, transfer of power. So what power have they transferred? Prime Minister Dion Gute, what power have they transferred? I don't understand some of you. Do you think me too? I cannot come and play a game like you and be a CPDM militant and have position. I can do that. But I don't know how to lie. I don't know how you speak to the public because you want to fend for your family and yourself. You have to lie. Most of you, you have work. You should be on retirement today. Why? What are you still doing there? If you people have that integrity, leave the position. You don't need to be there forever. And some of these things, why most of you remain there is because if tomorrow you're not in power, the BR government, you're sick, they will give you money to come abroad for treatment. But you are there, you guys, you don't construct any hospital. But you come abroad because hospital in the Cameroon is a death trap. If you take me to a hospital in Cameroon, even if I'm not sick, I will become sick because you just look at the sanitation. There's no privacy. They don't cover the bed so that you should not see another person. If somebody is sick, have a disease, this other person can catch the disease and you share it. How many years you people cannot improve those hospitals? You cannot put this curtain so you separate the bed. When I look at it, it's so nasty. If you go to the hospital in Cameroon, your chances of dying are very high. That's what they do. Then you see people who come 2025, 2025. People don't care about 2025 election. People care about today. Food, shelter, job, electricity, water. Mr. Bia, it is not rocket science to give water and electricity. Mr. Bia, if I am president of the Cameroons for 1 year, I will create thousands and thousands of jobs. I will make sure there's... It's not rocket science. It's very easy. I keep on saying this. People say, how am I going to do it? I'll give you one example. The constitution of CDC says all the products of CDC, they have to export it to these Western people. I will stop it. All the products in CDC, if we don't have our own engineers, people who have modern technology to do those things in the Cameroons, I will ask Western people, come and create your companies in Cameroon, manufacturing those things in Cameroon, do the finished product in the Cameroons, it will create jobs, then export it to your country. That's one way of creating jobs. What's difficult there? But because President Paul Biya of La République and Cameroon and Ahidjo, they have an agreement that we must export. That which means what? We will remain poor forever. We cannot create jobs. We can take the best sofa. These sofas in this country, leather chair, we have all those things. These people can bring their technology and do it in the Cameroons. And they will employ thousands and thousands of people rather than exporting the timber, exporting the banana to make orange juice. I was there, it's in Mahima, that supermarket. Most of the things, we can do those fruit juice there. We can construct those rubber tires for vehicles in the Cameroons and it creates jobs. But there is an agreement that Biya and Ahidjo have that we in the Cameroons will die poor, will be unemployed. The more we are weak, the more we are unemployed, the more we don't have power or jobs, they can control us. That's it. If people are vulnerable, they are relying on you, they can control us. Because in the Cameroons, what has politics got to do with civil servant? If you're a civil servant, you want to talk, they will threaten your job. Civil servant and politician It should be separated. Their job should be guaranteed. A civil servant should not be appointed a prime minister or ministers. Lecturers in the university, they are civil servants. Mr. Bia, we have never had a politician who is a president. Aijo was a civil servant. Bia was a civil servant. When I mean, you're directly civil servant, like Prime Minister Musongo, if Inoni Ephraim, actually, those people were working in the university lecture, then that's a civil servant. You can be a civil servant, you resign from civil service, and you start do politics. That's different. But these people they have their matricule, they just put them. So it's civil servants running Cameroon. We don't have politicians. It's British Cameroon National Party is the only political party that have civil servants. I mean, rather politician, not civil servant. You know, these CPDM, CNU people, they are getting on my nerve. And when I come and talk, it's about ideology. I don't care if CPDM can come and tell me ideology. What solution have they got to fix the Cameroons? They don't. The only political party that have solutions to fix the Cameroon is British Cameroon National Party. And we are open to debate with any person. We love to sit on the same platform, live platform, and have a debate with Mr. Bia, Bello Buba, Chiroma, Cabral Ibi, all what political party. If you're interested to have debate, to speak about issues, about economic, education, health, justice, housing, transport, taxation, policing, France CFA, contact Maitre Mola Alex Divelising. Let's have that debate. That's how you do politics. You don't do politics by come and talk. Cameroonais, millionaires, the crise économique mondiale. That's not politics. That's treating people as if they are your servants. In order for us to get the best politician to run the Cameroons, let's debate. British Cameroon National Party will be organizing debate with people who are willing. People want to be presidential candidate. You're willing. Because we debate. People will question you. They will ask you questions about the economy, the GDP, France CFA, immigration, other things. And you have to speak. And if you don't have a solution, the people will not vote for you. They will eliminate you. So British Cameroon National Party want to introduce this new form that people should not be speaking among themselves. Because even our TVs in the Cameroon, they will bring certain political party there. They don't bring other political party. One of their rules is what? Impartiality. So when you bring other people on your platform, you don't bring other people. You're not acting as a real journalist. You're not following the ethics of journalism. CRTV, which is supposed to be a public-owned television, everything they do is CPDM, CNU. Everything they do, CPDM, CNU. They are afraid to bring Metro Mola Alex Divelising. 2 years ago, I was put on a platform to come there. My picture was put there, everything. I realized last minute they did not call me. CRTV, they are scared of me. It is taxpayers' money. I have a right to appear on CRTV. Charles Ndongo, I want to be on CRTV. So ladies and gentlemen, this has been a party political broadcast by myself, Maitre Mola Alex Divelising, the leader of British Cameroon National Party. What looks like a duck, swims like a duck, quacks like a duck, is a duck. A person can identify an unknown subject's habitual characteristic by looking at it. So all those people will be coming end of this year, end of year speech, they are all CPDM. It doesn't matter what uniform they put on, they are CPDM. They are all from the academic of CPDM. So wait and listen to them. British Cameroon National Party is the only party that wants to run the Cameroons as accident and emergency, which means we'll be busy to solving your problem every day, 24/7. We don't wait end of the year to come and make speeches, promises that will never be fulfilling, broken promises. So ladies and gentlemen, we believe we have a program that will respect British Cameroon and respect La République du Cameroon, that will respect the institution of the two countries. So that is why we believe we don't even need coalition, because if you take 400 dull political party and put them together, people will not vote them. People need one person. I understand the grassroots of the Cameroons. If I stand there and I talk and I put my message to the people, I believe the time have come that one person, one opposition party can challenge 400 political party and win. We don't need that thing called coalition. If you take a bunch of dull opposition who have no program, ex-CNU, CPDM militant, people who for the last, since 1992, they have never talked about manifesto. People know they are dull, they cannot run a country. All the way, election, then Biya will win the election, then they start complaining, oh, the election was rigged. We keep on repeating the same thing, That is why British Cameroon National Party have stepped up. We were quiet. We allow you, go ahead, Bello Guba, go ahead, SDF. But all of them, they have wasted 30 years. We say, oh, Pamuna, Pafoncha, go ahead, we start back. They wasted 30 years. So now British Cameroon National Party is made up of people. We have integrity. I've never joined any political party. No, because I often look, since when I was a child, they don't have a manifesto. What do they stand for? Rigor and moralization. Rigor and moralization means to them corruption, embezzlement, stealing taxpayers' money. They use words, but there's no action. They talk the talk, but they cannot walk the walk. British Cameroon National Party is the party for now. Don't look anywhere else. Anybody can come and say, I see them. What I say, you see people, they come and copy me, but they cannot give credit to what I say. Sometimes I see some of them when they talk, it's as if I'm the one talking because they follow my video, then they come and be saying the same thing. If you believe in what I'm saying, you don't need to create another party. Just come and join British Cameroon National Party. I stood back and I looked why some of you were SDF, CPDM, UNDP, MDR. Now is our time. This is the moment, ladies and gentlemen. This is Maitre Mola Alex Divalisinger, a government in waiting. The only person who have alternative policies. The only person who, within 1 year, can do what Mr. Biya failed to do for 42 years. Have a blessed day. Thank you very much. And I wish all of you well. Stay blessed.
Raphaël du Kenya, c'est les mêmes qui sont toujours ministres. Ils vont au quartier pour quelque temps et ils reviennent après. Ils font le tour des ministères. Aujourd'hui, ministre de la communication, demain, ministre du sport. À l'Assemblée, il y a un vieux. Au Sénat, il y a un vieux. C'est vieux. À la présidence, il y a un vieux.